What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What up? What up? What up? What up? It's your boy, it's your man, Alpha the First One. Shout out to the graveyard shift. Shout out to the window cleaners. You know, the other night I was riding down the road at about 2 o'clock at night, and I seen these dudes on these big ass machine cleaning them windows on them buildings, man. Shout out to them men, man. Big props to them. It's me, it's Alpha the First One. I'll never forget about y'all. Y'all know that. No matter how high I get or how low, if they throw me in the jail cell, I'm going to say shout out to the overnight. Shout out to the people on overtime. Shout out to you. I'll never forget about you. I never will. Shout out to the men and women that get shit done. It is what it is. That's what life is about. You either put up or shut up. You either get shit done or you don't. That's something the Democrat Party right now can learn. Anyway. But let me talk about something tonight, y'all. This is going to be a good one right here. We going into something that I call hypogamy. Absolutely. We got to talk about that tonight. That's tonight's topic. We are moving into hypogamy. Now, what is hypogamy? Well, naturally speaking, if you know anything about red pill and manosphere and all this stuff, they talk about what? Hypergamy. Hypergamy. And what is hypergamy? In my opinion, the most simplest answer is women doing what? Chasing orgasms. Chasing orgasms from the men that they think are the top guys. That's all it is. A lot of people say it's about marrying up or trying to get a rich guy. You know, no. It's them chasing orgasms. That's all it is. If you allow women to, they will chase orgasms from the men that they think are the top guys, and they'll make the other men that they think are the lesser guys pay for it. That's what's been going on. And so if y'all didn't know this, hypogamy is the opposite of that. Which is what? Essentially, the women, when they can't get the guys that they want, they start chasing the guys they don't want. Hypogamy. See, I'm not calling. Listen, when I tell men, I made a statement, and I mean this. When I say any man that's dating a woman 27 and older, in that woman's eyes, you are not the man that she wants. That includes me. That includes me too. If I date a woman that's 35, that woman really don't want me. If I date a woman that's 30, she really don't want me. Now you might say, Alpha, man, what the hell are you talking about? How you gonna date a woman that you banging out and she 30 or 27 or 40? What do you mean the woman don't want you? I'm hitting it, man. I'm banging this chick out. Yeah, but she wouldn't pick you in her prime. See how that works? You are not the man she would pick in her prime. You get it? That includes me. The women that really want you are the women that's 18 to 25. That's their prime. That's when they're on top of the world. Forever 21. Shout out to Rollo Tomasi. That's his statement. It's not forever 40, it's forever 21. Shout out to Rollo. That's his statement. And if y'all haven't noticed, on my channel, I have no problem giving credit to what men say. If I mess it up, I apologize. If I paraphrase it, I try to get as close as I can get it. But that's one of the things Rollo talked about. I heard him say it. See, I always try to take the best things from men. I really don't try to tear other men down as much as I can. Now, if I have a fundamental disagreement with men, I'm going to say it. Like ecclesiastical weddings, you know what I'm saying? I don't agree with that shit. But if some guy say something And he said it. Why not give him credit? So that's something that Rollo talked about. It's a very good lesson he teaches, where he said the store is not forever 41, it's forever 21. And we now know that a woman's prime, her peak age is what? 23 years old. 23, 24-ish. 25 is done. It's all downhill from there. So if you get that woman from 18 to 25, that woman really wants you because you're getting her at her best. So now when you get her on the back end, she doesn't really want you. She's settling for you. Well, I guess he'll do. That applies to me too. It kills me, and I'm glad men can get something. I don't want you to have nothing, but I try to tell men the truth, and the truth is that any man that dates a woman over 27, including me, the woman really don't want you. You are not her dream guy. She is settling for you. You are Mr. He'll do. And essentially, when she's in that mindset, that is hypogamy. That's hypogamy. See, hypergamy is when I'm at my best, I'm going for the men I want because I'm at my best. That's hypergamy. Hypogamy is when I'm at my worst. I'm on the decline. Now I got to settle for men that I would not take if I was at my best. Hypogamy. Now why is this important? Because there's a lot of men who've been saying what? I ain't getting nothing. The women ain't giving me nothing. They've been rejecting me. These women are delusional. They entitled. And most of those statements are true. I'm not going to disagree with them. But y'all know me. You should know me by now. You should say, well, wait a minute, hold on. We know Alpha. Alpha always gonna dig a little deeper. And I did a video, and you should check it out on my channel. I might have to re-upload it. It said, be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. That's the old statement. See, you got to be careful what you ask for under both systems. Remember, we are in an unregulated dating and mating system. There are no rules. There is no regulation. So guess what? It's perfectly allowed for women to do what? To shift to hypogamy. They got the freedom to do that. They got the freedom to sell you a bad deal. Be careful what you ask for. And so hypogamy is the second phase of the sexual revolution for most women. And I told y'all that the second phase of the sexual revolution will be primarily for who? The men that the women didn't want in the first phase. Boom! Hypogamy. So all these men who complaining about they can't get nothing, they getting rejected, the women are chasing only Alpha, the first one, 6 feet and above. Be careful what you ask for. Yeah, they gonna come for you. What do you think? And I told y'all I have no problem with men who want to do what? Hag stack. Check out my video. I talked about hag stacking. And they got a lot of men doing that. Hag stacking women. What's hag stacking? Women over the age of 30. Hag stacking. They stacking them up. They putting them in rotations. So on the front end in their prime, they're getting put in rotations. And on the back end, on the decline, they're getting put in rotations. Hypogamy. Now, what are these women saying now? This is awful. I can't believe the men that I don't want are treating me like the men that I did want. I'm going to say that again. I can't believe that the men that I don't want are treating me like the men that I did want. Some of y'all gonna have to understand this. When I say women are going for the men that they don't want, the question you should be asking yourself, well, why are they going for the men that they don't want? How many times have I said this? They need. They need those men, though. Somebody got to clean up the mess. Hypogamy. I chased the men that I wanted in my prime. Those men pumped and dumped me. I wanted those men to do that. Yes, they did. Nobody took advantage of them. And now I'm going to go to the men that I don't want in my decline. Hypogamy. But now these women are finding a very bad problem. You have been educated. You have been told what's really going on. You have been red pilled. You've been told by men that these women are going to sell you a bad deal. And that's exactly what you know that has happened before your time. Now these women are trying to find out how to put you back in the box. Hypogamy. Be careful what you ask for. They are going to start coming to you, just like they come to me. I get attraction from all ages of women. I get attraction from women 18 to damn near 90. It happens. You are going to see that now. Now pay attention, be careful. Because the number one thing you have to do is don't take that deal. That's a bad deal. It is a bad deal. I've said this and I'm going to say this again. If you take that deal from these women, you cannot come to the men and say, why this is happening to me. We're not playing that anymore, gentlemen. That's a no-go. We're not doing that. I'm telling you honestly that these women don't want you. They are settling for you. Anytime a woman settles for you, that's hypogamy. That's a bad deal. That's not a good deal. That's not. There's no way to spin that. There is no three dimensions of chess. When a woman is settling on you, even if it's me, if a woman is settling on me in her decline, that is a bad deal for me. There's no way to spin that. Period. The only time it's a good deal for a woman to settle on you when she's in her prime. 18 to 25. If she's in her prime and she's messing with you, she wants you. I'm not talking about sugar daddy prostitution. That's not genuine desire. That's pay for play. I'm saying if you dating a woman that's 18 to 25 and you're not leading with your wallet, that woman really, really, really wants you, no matter how old you are. She has genuine desire for you. And she's giving you the best version of herself. That's a good deal. But if you meet that woman at age 30, 27 and older, and she's settling on you, what he'll do, I guess Alpha will do. He'll do. I guess that's what everybody's telling me to do. Better than nothing. That's a bad deal. That's a rotten deal. Because every day she look at you, she's going to resent you. And you ain't did nothing wrong. Well, you did do something wrong. What did you do? You took that deal. That's what you did wrong. And a lot of men don't find this out until it's too late. Usually about the 3rd to the 4th year of marriage. That's when men say, shit, I fucked up. Hypogamy. So all these men talking about they ain't getting nothing. I want you to pay attention because they going to start zeroing in on you guys. See, that was part of the goal too of the quote unquote women who led the sexual revolution. I told y'all the boomer women was the last generation of women to have a large population of men who I considered was not red pill and they didn't understand what was going on. They had a few men who were red pill. Most of those men in the boomer generation were not. And a lot of those men, there was such a large body of them to where when those women, quote unquote, hit 27 and older, they had a large pool of men that they could sell the bad deal to. It's almost like a used car lot having a monopoly on one large city. And the large city can't go nowhere else. They got to buy cars from them. When you got a business situation like that, you can't lose. There's no competition. They can't leave. You can sell them any kind of car you want. But something happened. Generation X, Generation Y, and Z got red pill. That's what happened. Y'all already know that story. Go check out other videos. I broke all that down. And essentially, in terms of the car analogy, competition moved into the city. Now, the Gen X women and the Y women and the Z women, they don't have a large body of sellers. Buyers, they don't have them. So they got to take whatever they can get. That's why you're hearing about women paying $100 to go to singles events. And that's going to keep going on. Hypogamy. So I'm telling all men, this is a warning. And women probably laughing when they hear it. They gonna say, Alpha telling y'all something. They gonna come after y'all. Some of y'all been working. Some of y'all, they know you're desperate, and they gonna try to hook you. They gonna try to use what? The power of the WAP. See, Dick and WAP got power. Both of them got power. And it becomes more powerful when there's scarcity. It happens to women too. So I want y'all to pay attention to the next 15 years. That's right, I said 15 years. Because they're going to try now, they're going to be very aggressive in trying to get what? The men that they need, but these are the men that they don't want. That's hypogamy. What did Newton say? For every action, there's what? An equal and opposite reaction. If you're going to have hypergamy, you got to have what? Hypogamy. It balances itself out. Don't let this second phase of the sexual revolution put you in a bad deal. Don't do it. Excuse me. Don't allow them smooth lips and that Botox face put you in a bad deal. You gotta accept this. She does not want you. I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I hope you get mad at me. She doesn't want you, just like she don't want me. Any man that is dealing with a woman that's over the age of 27, that woman, generally speaking, does not want you. She would not choose you if she was in her prime. Period. You are the man that she sees that's fit to do what? To take a bad deal. She is settling on you. She's trying to fulfill what? The need, the bucks. Alpha fuck, beta bucks. Alpha seed, beta need. It's her interpretation of you. It doesn't mean that you are. She just in her prime, she would not choose a man like you. That doesn't mean another woman in her prime wouldn't choose you. Because some of you are dating women in their prime. So you know, damn, I'm getting attention from women in their prime, and I'm getting attention from women in their decline. Right? And some of y'all kind of let that go to your head. Don't let that go to your head. Don't do that. You should stick your chest out on the women that's getting you in that you're getting in their prime. That's cool. But you should have your chest deflated and your eyes and ears weary with women that's in their decline. That's not a good thing to do. Trust me. I learned that the hard way. It's not a good thing to have women past 27 all trying to talk to you. That's not a compliment, gentlemen. That is a dangerous situation. I can't stress that enough. When I first moved into my house, I was about age, 32? Somewhere around there. And I had a lot of older women, 27 and older, throwing pussy at me. I mean, throwing it at me. And I thought, for a small second, damn. I ain't never had older women try me like this. I'm serious. For the most part, most of my life, I always dated women, 18 to 25. I never really had I didn't do the whole cougar thing. That was never my thing. I didn't have a hag. I didn't do the hag stacking or cougar maxing. I didn't do none of that shit. I didn't knock it. I was like, if that's what y'all want to do, I'm just not into older women like that. But I started getting a lot of attention after I bought my house. And I was like, wow, what's I thought I was I was kind of bopping around, You know how it is when you finally experience something. And I talked to my homeboy, shout out to him, his name Willie. And I talked to my other partner named Billy, Willie and Billy, you know what I'm saying? And I asked both of them, they were OGs, and I said, man, what's going on? They were older than me. It's like, why are these women throwing all this pussy at me? And they said, oh, nah, young Nip, they don't want you. And I was like, what? That shit kind of offended me. I was like, what? Nah, they don't want you, man. What you mean they don't want me? You know me, I'm sticking my chest out. Like, nah, man, them girls trying to settle on you. Like, what? Yeah, they trying to set you up. I had to take a step back. I was like, damn, I ain't even think about it. Like, yeah, man, them girls don't want you. Them girls 27 and older, man, they looking at you as a target. They trying to set you up. They want to get in that house. They want to get in that money you got. They trying to get out of them streets. That shattered my whole world. Kind of made me mad a little bit. I was like, damn. Really? They're like, yeah, man. And I was like, well, I'm always getting women 18 to 25. Why would they think I'm going to give them that? I'm not giving them hoes what I work for. There's like, yeah, we know that, but they don't know that. And they giving you attention to see if you one of them guys that never got it before. And I was like, oh, I get it now. I see. You got to remember, when you meet a woman, right, she doesn't know anything about you. And depending on what mood she in, what phase, it really has no bearing on you. It really don't. If you meet her at age 18 and she want to fuck you, she's into you. But if you meet that same woman at age 30 and she don't want to fuck you, she's not into you. You get it? Because she doesn't see you as the guy she would fuck in her prime. Hypogamy. So it crushed my feelings. I was like, damn. I thought these girls really was into me. They were like, nah, Neff. Girls ain't into you, folk. They ain't into you, Neff. They into what you have accomplished, but they're not into you. That calmed me down quick, boy. Real talk. And I ended up banging one of them. I banged a 29. She was with 28. 28, I think she turned 29 like 2 months after I banged her. She was 28 years old. Real talk. Right at that age. Right at that age. And guess what she was doing? I banged her like 3 times, right? And what I like to do is after I bang a chick 3 times, that's when I start measuring her up for my rotation. That's when I say, let me see if she really can roll with me. If she really down for the crown, as they say. So I was measuring her up, and she started kind of trying to raindrop the pussy. You know what I'm saying? She was trying to ration it out. And it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And I talked to my homeboy. I said, hey, man, this chick, I was talking with her. I said, man, this chick, I banged this bitch like 3 times. Like for the last 2-3 weeks. Easy. No, she coming through. But now she kind of, I thought, what, if she found somebody else? I mean, I don't care if she has. I'm dumping her. He started laughing. This was Willie, by the way. Not Billy. Billy was kind of out of this one, so I didn't really talk to Billy about this one because he was kind of out of the country at that time. But Willie, I talked to Willie, and Willie was like, nah, man. Where it was like, she's trying to set you up, man. And I was like, what you mean she trying to set you up? She trying to put you on a ration, dude. She setting you up for the long game. I said, what you mean? See, she gave you the pussy up front because she know you like to fuck. She knows that. But what she doing is trying to see if you feel like you got something if she ration it to you. See what I'm saying? Like she trying to make it seem like she's rewarding you with pussy. I was like, oh, okay. You know, you don't know everything in life. You got to figure things out. I'm not ashamed to say that. There's some things I just didn't know. And I said that should make a lot of sense. Because up front, the pussy was straight 3 times in a row. I hit it like the first night I hit it, 4 or 5 days passed, I hit it again. And when I say hit it, I'm not saying, one nut. I mean, that whole day we fucking. We might have fucked 2 or 3 times in that one session. You get what I'm saying? But I counted by the days, you know what I'm saying? I hit it on Monday, that's one time. I hit it, I had a session with her last week on Thursday, that's another time. You see what I'm saying? But when it got to that fourth session, it was kind of hesitant. And I thought she was just getting flaky on me. He was like, nah, man. And I didn't believe him because I was like, I don't know, man. She might have found somebody else. Maybe she know I'm just trying to put in a rotation. He was like, nah. Invite her to your house and try to hit it and then see what she do. And I did just that. And then she was really talking a whole lot about like, how to decorate a house and, because I didn't have any furniture in my house at the time. How to decorate a house, how to paint, and she was talking about these people over here bought this house. And it clicked for me. I was like, oh shit, she talking about nesting. She ready to nest. And I noticed that when I kind of pulled back and I listened to all that kind of made her more comfortable. And then she wanted to have sex with me. So she was kind of rewarding me for listening to her want to talk about nesting shit. You get what I'm saying? Before that, it was just come over, drop to your knees, let's do it, bend over, we going at it. Like fucking rabbits. You see what I'm saying? So she was setting me up for the reward program. I'm going to reward him if he do this. That's the need part. You get it? See, when they 18 to 25, it's drop them draws. Fuck me in a park, fuck me in a movie, fuck me anywhere, because I'm really into you. I'm ready to please you. I'm ready to give you this wop to keep you around. But when I need you, I got to make it seem like I got to try to give you something to make it seem like I'm rewarding you. And it starts with something small, such as let's talk about decorations. See, that goes back to that whole, if the husband would do more chores, I would give him more sex. That don't fucking work, okay? That don't work. See, if a woman is really into you, man, she'll fuck you anywhere. First night, drop them draws, you ain't really got to say too much. But when she starts requiring things from you, I'm not talking about money like pay for play. I'm just saying she requiring you to do things, as they call it, the classic honey-do list. Right? That's her trying to get the needs out of you. And she's using the quote-unquote intimate sex as a reward. You never want to be like that with women, ever. Especially in an unregulated society. Boom! That's the worst thing you can do in an unregulated dating and mating system. Don't ever let a woman in an unregulated dating and mating system put you in a situation where she's rewarding you with sex. Don't ever take that deal. It should always be the way she would do it in her prime. Always. When she's in her prime, you could be driving down the road on a 405 highway and you can grab her head by the ponytail and take it to the crotch and she'll give you head just like that. But when she's in her decline, she might be hesitant. Well, I wouldn't want to talk to you right now. We'll get to that later. See that I want to talk to you right now? That's her trying to make you feel rewarded for listening to her. It could be something simple as that or something complex as take out the garbage. See what I'm saying? It's always something before the sex. That's the hypogamy side of it. That's the way I'm trying to get something out of it. I'm settling for you, so I got to do something. That's where guys get confused with the quote-unquote exchange transaction stuff. You get what I'm saying? She's in the hypogamy stage. She's in the lesser part of her sexual desire life. Does that make sense? So of course she's going to require more nonsensical things such as favors, honey-do list stuff. You get what I'm saying? I learned that the hard way. And it made sense once my boy broke that down to me. That's why when I was younger, I didn't get a lot of attention from older women. I never really did. Most of the point because I didn't really have a lot of time because I was dating younger women. But a lot of those older women were doing what? Looking for men to fulfill the need. They knew I wasn't going to fulfill the need, even if I had it or not. Yeah, they'll get that need from a younger guy. Absolutely. If he ready to take that bad deal, they'll do it. They don't have, look, you got women now 50 dating 18-year-old guys. If he ready to fulfill those needs, she'll take his prime in his youth. Absolutely. Why not? Hypogamy. See, it ain't just about the money. It can be just strictly for that. I need you to be an emotional cortex. I need you to be ready to do honey-do lists. Run my errands. Essentially, you become the woman and she becomes the man. Hypogamy. Some guys take that deal. Some men take it. Oh well. She bosses me around and she rewards me with sex. That's hypogamy. See, if you were the man that she was into, really, she'll be giving you the sex without any kind of commitment, any kind of requirement. But when she requires some kind of honey-do type stuff, I'm not talking about pay for play. When she requires some kind of honey-do type stuff, that's hypogamy. And that's a bad deal. Because essentially the honey-do list will not be sufficient at some point in time. That's how men get in sexless marriages. I'm doing the dishes. I'm cutting the grass. I fixed the roof. I folded the clothes. Why is she not giving me sex? Because she really don't want you. If you got her past the prime. Now, if you got her in her prime and y'all been together for 15 years, then it might be the classic case that the thrill is gone. And she might want to make up for missing out. Shout out to Tia Mowry. Yeah, I just found out that Tia Mowry, one of the twins, this is what she said, and I'm going to presume it's true. She said her former husband was her first and only, right? Before she ran back to the streets. But I think it's true because she's a very goofy lady. She has that goofy girl personality and the square bob sponge body to match. The woman ain't got no curves, okay? She just a square with legs. It is what it is. So I'm pretty sure before she broke it off with Corey that they probably was in a sexless marriage at some point. And usually the sexless marriage is the precursor to the divorce. So either you met her in her decline and the honeydews ain't working in her decline because she never really wanted you, or you got her in her prime, y'all been together and now she just want to make up for missing out. Some women do that. I want to go to the streets. Is it right? Absolutely not. Is it allowed? Absolutely yes. Why? Because there's no rules and regulation. Do you guys understand? That's what I'm trying to I'm trying to answer the why. Hypogamy is why these men are ending up in sexless marriages. Hypogamy is why 18-year-old men are hag stacking women. Hypogamy is why you now getting a lot of attention from older women. So I wanted to tell y'all that tonight. Be very careful as we go into the hypogamy phase. It can happen to me. It can happen to you. The one thing you got to remember is when she hits 27 and older, every man after that age, that woman truly do not desire that man. She will not pick that man in her prime. It is what it is. She would not do it. I can promise you, if you look at her dating history in her prime, if you had a window to do it, you would not see any man that's like you. Just the way it goes. Hypogamy. Don't take that bad deal. You want to play with her? I don't care. You want to hag stack her? I don't care. Hell, if you want to use it for money, if you can. Most of them ain't got nothing. Okay. I don't care. But do not legally bind yourself to that woman. Do not marry her, and do damn sure don't cohabitate with her. Because essentially she's going to put you in the female role. And the honeydews are going to run out. The honeydews that you do is not going to be sufficient anymore. They might be okay up front, but in about 2 years, them honeydews ain't going to work no more. And now you in a world of hurt. Hypogamy. All right, y'all, that's been hypogamy. Not too much. I want to break that down so every man can understand that the number one key to hypogamy is don't take that bad deal. Just accept the fact that that woman don't want you. It can happen to me. She's choosing you because she sees you as a man that she wants to settle with. Anytime a woman is settling for you in her decline, that's a bad deal. That's no knock on you. You could be knocking 19-year-olds down. You could be knocking down 21-year-olds. But when the woman who's over 27 come to you, just put it in your head, she really don't want me. She really, truly don't want me. She's settling on me. Don't get offended by it. Just understand what's going on and do what? Don't take that bad deal. All right, y'all. This has been me, Alpha the First One. The channel is E-Waste Alpha Dating Tips or E-Waste Dating Tips by A11. And to all my haters and trolls, peace!